Hey guys, what's up? This is Mando-Bricks, and this is something that not, well, I guess, yes, a subscriber asked for, but I was asked to basically make a tutorial for the Hydra Stomper, which is a mock that I built fairly recently, a few days ago, and I put a video on it, and there are, I think, two people that commented asking for a tutorial on how to build it, so here we are, and I'll do my best. But I'm probably gonna be like really like just droning on during this whole thing because it's like really late at night while I'm filming this, so you're welcome, people. um, yeah. So correction from the last video, just real quick before we actually start building. I was able to watch the episode this morning that this shows up in. From What If. It's on Disney Plus, all that stuff. And apparently this is not... So I mentioned in the video, like, I was talking about, like, I guess Howard Stark would have had to invent an arc reactor, but apparently he actually did not. This is powered by the Tesseract, which is another fun piece that comes in this set, so I'm sure that you could set up some sort of scene of Howard Stark building it. There's not a Howard Stark minifigure, but, you know, you could build one of those Tony Stark pieces and stuff. But a Howard Stark building it or something with the Tesseract, and then you could have, like, a whole facility or something. That might be kind of cool if you guys are into that. I'm not really sure. I'm not going to do it. But, yeah, anyway. But, so apparently that's actually powered by the Tesseract, and that's my fun fact of the day. So I guess I'm going to start with the body and then move on to the arms and stuff, and we will get right to it. Okay, just to move straight on with the body. Of course, so this is the basic hip section here, and this is made of basically just a lot of these pieces. So there's one there, one in the back, and one in the front. And that encompasses the seat that Steve is going to sit in. These are just 1x2 plates on the sides here. So that's all fairly, basic, just the bare, like, no, not the bare bones, that's going to come later. But that's just the basic, starting point of where this was. Afterwards, I put these on, and this is the piece that the arm will go on. This is one of these pieces, if it focuses correctly. And yes, that's a fun little gimmick, trying to kind of decrease space. There's a 1x2 plate there, some headlight bricks, one facing inwards. I think you can use a 1x1 brick, I think, yeah. And then this is kind of just like, I only put that in just to fill in the space on the back because it was kind of had some odd gaps in it because just the way this is built, it's not perfect. 1x1 plate up there, and then one of these pieces which comes in the set. A lot of the green pieces actually I got from the set, but some of them are actually from my own collection. Anyway, this goes right there, and of course there's another one that goes on the other side. So there's that. As far as the front goes, it's just this piece here. So as you can see, it's just built with some 1x1 plates that hinges built onto this 2x3 plate, and then these pieces from the set, just because I wanted to put the stickers in, even though they're certainly not accurate to the actual show. I guess Tesseract is in the middle, or Tesseract thingy is in the middle. No, that is the Tesseract in there, yes. And then kind of this just gray piece there, because that's what's above it. And then this is fairly basic down there, so I'm not really going to bother going over that. That clips directly onto the front, and as you saw in the original mock review video, that closes up, of course, there. On the back, this is something I took a while on. So I started with this. Once you put that on, you have this assembly here. So these are going to connect to the engines, and then this headlight brick, or yeah, those two headlight bricks. This goes on there, and this is that handle that Captain Carter can grab onto, like they showed in that one scene where they're taking out all the bombers and stuff. After that, this is the headpiece, and this is just, a hinge here. These can be found on, like, Outriders, these arm thingies here. And then this is a T-bar with some hinges on it just to try to fill in some of the gaps in front of it. Of course, there is still that center gap, but I'm still working on that. The head is just a 2x2 round brick and a rounded, I guess, like, I don't know what that's called exactly. I don't remember, but you can see what it is. And then back here, it's just one of these things, which is in the set, and then this, which same thing that they use in the set for the antenna. And then the antenna, which is a rapier piece, which is kind of from older series. The main one I'm thinking of is like Monster Fighters and stuff, which is not a series that I loved, but one that I had like a few sets of. So to finish the engines, these just go on top of here, and this is basically just a similar construction to in the set. Like this is all pretty basic, and then this is just an axle piece that goes in that way, and then this goes on there, so you have that full jetpack, and this should be able to clip on to the back there. As I mentioned earlier, these jumper plates out here kind of just fill in these gaps because of the way that this is put together. It's not really perfectly done, so yeah, you just can't perfectly fill them in. This pretty easy, just snaps onto the top and it folds over the top. So there we have the body. As the last, I guess, piece of the body, if you want to count as a body, technically this is the hips, but that is, well, I guess I should show you how it's built. But those are jumper plates. I mean, not jumper plates, I'm sorry, headlight bricks. And then just these types of pieces, and then the reverse of it, that's in green. I think that's from the Lego set. I use T-bars and standard clips. So there's that, and that just studs into the bottom. Sorry if at any point this kind of moves out of shot, like you can see like the head's moving out there. The way this is filmed, it's just very close to the camera, and the angles are just kind of awkward with the way that I had to display it originally with all the pieces out. So here's that. Now let's go ahead and switch over to the arms. So for the arms, in the end, it's going to look something like this, or not something like this, but exactly like this, except it's going to be the opposite of it. So here we are. So we're going to start off with this basic assembly, which is got a 1x2 plate, a 1x1 plate. This is a 1x2 sockets. There's this hinge here, which allows for a greater range of movement than my Ironmonger mech suit had. There's a 1x2 in the front and a cheese slope there. And then just a piece that I use for the hand, just so I can grip stuff if I really needed it to, which I really don't, but whatever. This is just sort of sloped backing piece for the back there. And then this is the gun, which kind of shoots Tesseract energy, apparently. I thought it was just a machine gun, but it's not, apparently. The show is fun, yeah. So that's pretty basic. You can see what's there. And then that just clips onto the bottom. With this stuff, this grill piece goes on there and covers up kind of most of this area. This does not want to get in there. There we go. And then this is going to end up going here. First, you have to put this here, and then put this on top. And you should have that triangular crevice at the bottom corner there. So now let's go ahead and move on to the legs, and we'll put everything together. So the legs are kind of made of, obviously two parts being the upper leg and the lower leg / foot. So I'll go ahead and build the upper leg section first. So basically just this, which is one of cheese slope, a hinge piece there, 1x2 plate, and one of these, whatchamacallit. I don't know exactly what that type of piece is called, but I use them a lot. Obviously, you've seen throughout the neck that I have. This is just a 2x2 plate, and this thing, you kind of see that there's sort of like, there's like the outer plating of the leg there, I was trying to get that basic shape and I just couldn't really do it, so I just put something like that on it. It sort of worked out. So yeah, this is gonna stud into the hip later, of course. And then this is the hinge that connects to the knee. Oh wait, yeah, this goes on this side. I switched that. Anyway, so next for the lower leg, I know this kind of looks complex, but just break it down to basic parts. So you got one of those at the back. You have a hinge, a 1x2 hinge in front of that. You have that type of hinge directly on top of this one. And then above that you have this, another one of those, L studded pieces, and then one of these. Another one, just, the inverse of it. So yeah, it's kind of just layerings of hinges and those L bricks. I'm just going to call them for now because I don't know the actual name for them. So yes, in any case, so foot starts with one of these, which is the same piece as earlier, but this is in a dark gray color. Cheese slope and one of these hinges. I suppose you could also use like this hinge there. It's just that, it's not going to look as elegant probably because it doesn't have the cheese slope there. So that's going to go just on the bottom there. And to stabilize the rest of it, I had to add this kind of clunky thing in the back, but that just looks like that. And that's kind of just, it does bulk it up a lot, but it also provides stability because otherwise it would basically just fall over. So that's kind of mostly necessary. So after that, this piece goes over here, just on top, and that's, sorry, I'll take that off real quick. Then this, you can mostly see that is headlight brick, 1x1 with a stud on the side and a cheese slope. This one is a 1x3 plates with those two types of sloped pieces. So, yes, fairly basic construction. That goes there. This is the knee piece, and I'm sure you can build this in plenty of different ways, but that's kind of just how I scrapped it together in the end. And then another cheese slope that goes on the bottom. And yes, and then the legs. So this is kind of a more odd construction because I think I put that together wrong or something. I don't know. It works in the end. In any case, yeah, I put that together wrong at some point. I don't know while I was making this. But those are going to go together, of course, and I'll just correct it now and then figure it out. Okay, so I put it together wrong earlier, but I got it now. This just goes on like this. And of course, that's how that's going to look from the outside angle and full 90-degree hinge. So that's pretty decent mobility. And then same thing on the other side. And now I'll go ahead and attach everything to the body. And yeah. Okay, so now that we have all the parts kind of ridiculously strewn out, the arms are obviously, pretty basic. It's a ball and socket joint. Just say if you end up building it this way, where you build the body first and connect the arms in the end, I kind of ended up doing like, the skeleton first and the arms in the end, but just make sure that you reinforce that because if you push that too far in, then it could snap it down there because that's only connected by two studs. And then, of course, same thing on the other side. That just snaps in. And that's all pretty basic and clean. So there's the full upper body. So with the legs, this was kind of like that odd connection of the MOC. But so as I showed earlier, there are just some clips there, and you'll see these studs here, and then that just studs in fairly easily like this. You might have to move it out a bit if you want that full posability so that you can actually move that all the way up if you need to do something like that in whatever MOC or pose you're using this in. So obviously the same thing with the other side, and that is all there is to it. So I hope you guys found this helpful. There were like really only 2 people that actually asked me to do this, but who knows? You're welcome, those 2 people. To everyone else, if this was something that you were thinking about doing anyway, then I wish you the best of luck. I hope that this video was helpful, and I'm sure I'll have possibly more like it in the future with other stuff. I'm not really sure. I'll figure it out. So in any case, I hope you guys have a good day. I'm going to go to bed soon now because it is ridiculously late. Please do like and subscribe. If you have any comments, the comment that prompted this was like a really nice long one that I really enjoyed reading and then responding to, and it was really nice. So if you have any interesting comments or questions of something that you would like me to do, then please do tell me, and I will see what I can do about that. So with all that said, I hope you guys have a great day. Like and subscribe, put the bell notification on, comment if you would like, and keep on building.